So Paul Curtis, he had some viral illness the night before we played the game over in the West. Woke up the next morning with no symptoms, felt pretty good energy-wise, so we gave him to the warm-up pre-game. He's really confident that he could perform, but during obviously the heat and the conditions that we had over in the West, by half-time he had developed a migraine, couldn't concentrate and felt pretty lethargic at that stage, so we made the decision at half-time to sub him out of the game. Ben Mackay's tracking really well now, so he's had a few sessions on ground. He's back into football boots now and doing some footy conditioning sessions with Daniel Cross. So we envisage now within the next week he'll start to progress his conditioning sessions to more moderate loads and look for hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks to progress towards reintegrating back in with the main group. So pleasing for Ben. Colin Jones is going really well, so he's about a week ahead of Ben Mackay at the minute. So he's had a week and a half under his belt of footy conditioning with Daniel Cross in the reconditioning program, and he slips in with the main group training on Thursday this week. So a great little take off for CJ this week, and we'll hope to progress him into full training and assess to play next week. Yeah, so we had George Wardlaw, Darcy Tucker and Jack Manny go into the game at the weekend through the VFL. Obviously Jack Manny coming back with that shoulder. Pulled up really well, laid some tackles and looked like a good physicality. Darcy Tucker, great just to have continuity where he has 2 weeks in a row now of game load under his belt at VFL level. And of course Georgie Wardlaw for his first hit out. To play 3/4 of game time was a good first step. We'll look for the next couple of weeks now to progress and increase his game time now. So all boys pulled up really well from the game, and we're looking, as I say, just to progress their game time, their exposure and their continuity now in the coming weeks. Jacob Edwards had caught a pretty big knock to his back, just couldn't function when they tried to get him going on the sideline. He's actually pulled up really well, fully trained today in our first light session of the week, so we'd expect him to be cleared to be available this week. Dawson just copped a corky in the sweet spot on his quad, non-kicking leg, so not at risk going into training today. He had a really light session today. We'll main train on Thursday, and again, we envisage that he'll be available for selection this week.